I'm a loser, I'm a winner, I'm the sad one who's to say, I'm the faster, I'm the favorite, I'm the left out, run away. It's the wrong way you think today, what a chance you did take today. It's the madness your drive creates, what a chance you did waste today.
From Rockingham, North Carolina to the Florida Everglades of Homestead Miami Speedway, the Right Lane Cup Series arrives for its second to last race of the second season here at Homestead Miami Speedway. This very, very racy mile-and-a-half oval will see our 42 drivers take 81 laps around this great racetrack. It's a long race here at Homestead, no doubt, with several pit stops and fuel strategy and tire savings in mind, but with multiple lanes of grooves to race with. The drivers are all going to put on a good show, no doubt. We'll go ahead and go down, get your starting lineup for today's race. Ryan Reed shocked all, getting his first pole of the season. That rounds out both of the Little Falls Motorsports cars. Ben McDonald, he will get a second place after a horrible stretch of races. Samuel England will be third, with Angel Gutierrez surprising with a fourth place starting spot. Derek Campbell rounds out your top five. Ryan Griffin desperately needs a good day because he is the last driver mathematically eligible for the championship. That isn't a long shot. Looking back through here, we have Alexander Phoenix, the other one. He is second in points, 21 behind that man. In 20th, Griffin Maple McDermott. He is currently ahead by 24 points over Alexander Phoenix. They both have to beat Vince Freeze, who's third in points, 41 points back. Freeze is a really good day and a really bad day for his competition if he wants to go back-to-back in championships. Looking back through the field, several other cars making in numerous starts. Daniel Vols and Craig Newhouse making their first starts in several races. And, of course, Revolution Racing cars of Christian Vargas and Asher Evelyn are sent to the rear of the field. Let's go ahead and go trackside. Get your command to start this race and see who will be fighting for a championship next week at Homestead.
Time for the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command to start engines, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Colonel Gregory Gadsden.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great qualifying effort for Ryan Reed. It'll get him his first pole of the season. Little Falls Motorsports, a great qualifying effort. This will get them both into the clash next year. Ben McDonald, another good qualifying effort. Trying to rebound after a disastrous last couple of weeks. Samuel England, likewise, trying to get himself a win, or at least a good finish here today. Angel Gutierrez, a surprise in qualifying, will be in the fourth position. Derek Hamill rounds out your top five. They've had a lot of announcements this week, including an expanding team. The pace car is off. Ryan Reed, Ben McDonald, they're going to bring us down to the green flag with 2 races left in the championship. Who will take it? Who will be left in the dust? The green flag is back out. We're racing here at Homestead. Off in the turn 1 and 2, Ryan Reed will clear easily going down the back straightaway. Ben McDonald had a horrible start. I don't think he got any help from Angel Gutierrez. Samuel England to the inside with Hamill. Gutierrez is going to throw it in there. McDonald is going to try to get a run on the outside line, but coming back around to complete lap number 1, it's going to be the 57 of Ryan Reed. Reed will lead here for the first time since Richmond, all the way back over 10 races ago. Reed now trying to get a win, get the third win for Dodge this season. The other 2 were from his teammate, Julio Caesar, who's back there. All 3 of these Little Falls Motorsports cars qualified inside the top 10. There is the 7 of Zachary DeLello, and then the 75 of Julio Caesar. Oh, Gutierrez is sideways. Oh, trouble! Gutierrez sideways in front of the field. Caesar is in it. Fitzwater slides. The caution flag is out. Ryan Griffin. Griffin, I think, was in it. Third in the championship. Look at the damage to the rear end of that race car. Fitzwater up in smoke. Dunlap was in it. What a mess down the front straightaway. There were the two cars that set it off. Derek Hamill and Angel Gutierrez. I think Ben McDonald got into it. Well, let's try to find Ben McDonald. There he is. Look at the left side of Ben McDonald. That is a third week in a row. Ben McDonald will be involved in some kind of incident. But of course, Ryan Reed is your leader. They're waiting on the pace car. With Samuel England and Henry Thomas, that is your top three. The caution is out. We're going to go get a replay right quick and see what on earth just happened. So we're watching Ben McDonald, and you see he gets into the wall coming through 3 and 4, and Angel Gutierrez drifts up right into the side of Ben McDonald. You just see they're sliding everywhere. A lot of things to unpack. Hamill gets hit by Ellison. Caesar was down in there. Ryan Griffin sideways. Fitzwater took a big hit. A lot of damage to that 59 car. We're watching Zachary Fitzwater here to see if we can get a look at this. And you see they ricochet off, and Fitzwater gets hit there, and then bam! Julio Caesar had nowhere to go. Ellison gets bumped. Griffin sideways. Not a good thing for Ryan Griffin. Third in the points. He needed a very good day to stay in the hunt, but I think his hunt for the championship might be over. Riding on board with Ryan Griffin in the Fago Honda. See the Aldous Smith go up in front of him, and he looks like he's clear, and then, oh, he hit his teammate. Derek Hamill. Oh, man. Such a shame for them. And, of course, they announced this week that they were expanding the 4 cars. Griffin and Hamill would both be coming back to their respective cars. Such a shame. Riding on board with the ping pong in all this, Derek Hamill, it looked like he had absolutely no clue what was about to happen. He's just riding on the inside, he gets clipped, and bam, into the outside wall. There's Griffin getting hit. I think he hit again there. I think that was Ellison. Riding on board with Zachary Fitzwater. You see, he sees the damage in front of him. He tried to go low, and he hit the back of the 52. Oh, he hit somebody. I think that was the 55. Ripped the front end off the car. And, man, that is such a shame for Zachary Fitzwater. Last on board will do. It's Dunlap out of the spa camp. That is the Traxxas Pontiac. He sees the wreck in front of him, and they just, the entire, oh, man. LaPrade gets a little damage on the nose. Other than that, it looks like he slides to a stop and is perfectly fine. This has been the Right Lane Cup Series. This is round 19 out of 20. We're under caution after a big one on lap number 3. Ryan Reed is currently your leader. We'll be right back right after this.
You spend the day going in circles, and you earn the right to do one more. That's fuel for the soul.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
Get that camera out of my face!
Okay, now, what do you do next?
Floor it?
Yes. No! No! Don't floor it!
Floor it?
No! No, no! Don't floor it!
Okay, floor it!
A new cast of characters are up front here at Homestead. Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series, Season 2, race number 19. Here at Homestead Miami Speedway with 2 races left to go in the championship. We're under caution on lap number 6 after a multi-car crash out of turn number 4 takes several cars out of the race. Julio Caesar, Derek Hamill, Zachary Fitzwater all out of the race. We had pit stops, and people are splitting strategies here. Up front, some guys stayed out, including Zachary DeLello, Justin Henley, Peter Onjak, Aiden Smith, Lane Sanders, and Taylor Frey. Behind them, Alexander Phoenix is the first on fresh tires with Griffin Lapel McDermott, Rhodes Gray, and all these guys. We had a big shuffle on the pit lane. There's Ryan Griffin back in 20th place. They assessed the damage on the one car. They taped the rear end back on the race car, and they got him back out. But that 22 and that number 9 is who he's chasing. So this is going to be a very interesting restart, as the top 6 did not pit. The green flag is back out, and the rookie, Zachary DeLello, leads us back to the green flag. DeLello got a good jump here going into turn number 1. Justin Henley, Peter Onjak, 2 of the Spa cars is Aiden Smith and Lane Sanders. Taylor Frey. We're going to see what 6 laps means on tires. I think I'd be more worried about fuel, because this is going to be a 2-stop race. Going off into turn number 3, a lot of cars fanning out. Aiden Smith, the Spa rookie's into the wall. Man, he really rode it there. It's going to let Taylor Frey get by. Lane Sanders scoots by. He's in the 4th. Up front, 3 unusual drivers are leading here at Homestead. Zachary DeLello, Justin Henley, Peter Onjak. It would be an amazing story for all of them to win their first Right Lane Cup Series race. Of course, they're going to have to pit earlier than everybody else. DeLello gets it back going. Henley tried to send it in there on going through 3 and 4. But it looks like DeLello is going to hold the lead. We're going to complete lap number 8. We're on lap number 9. Lane Sanders is under attack from Taylor Frey. That's Aiden Smith behind him with Alexander Phoenix. Griffin Lapel McDermott is in the 8th spot. This is your points leader coming into the day. And he needs absolute pandemonium to happen to his competitors, Vince Freeze and Ryan Griffin. He's already got one of them. But he does not need to have a bad day. And you see behind him, man, Rhodes Gray got in the wall. But he needs everything to go right if he's going to clinch the championship today. But right now, it looks as if that might not happen. Vince Freeze is back here in 17th. Ryan Griffin is holding 21st. The 2 of them, as of right now, they need to gain more spots. They need GLM to lose spots. But we'll see as we go through the rest of the field. There's Angel Gutierrez, who washed up out of turn number 4, collected a bunch of cars under that caution. Ben McDonald's back here. Ryan Reed. Reed pitted. They pitted first, along with Henry Thomas. They all pitted under that last caution. But they stayed out and they topped off so that they could go a lot farther than everybody else. So back here you have Reed, there's Thomas, there's Derek Hamill. He came back onto the racetrack. There's Samuel England, Daniel Voles, Kyle Schustrai. They got hit by Fitzwater. You see the damage there. The left rear is flexing on that 55 car. But these guys, they can go farther, and if they need to undercut, they will. But I think that might be the name of the game today. An undercut might be what wins these drivers the race. I certainly think so, because these guys up front, they're going to have to undercut. DeLello, Henley, and Peter Onjak, this top 5 running right now, they're going to have to. And you see back there, 3 wide, a mess coming out of turn number 4. Griffin Lapel McDermott moves up to 6th. Every spot he moves forward is another set of points he doesn't have to worry about for the championship. But there is a big gaggle of race cars behind him trying to pass him. And there's some drivers back here that are praying that he does not get any more spots and that they can move forward. Here's Vince Freeze. He's back a spot to 18th, trying to fight Charles Sanford and Jesse Turner. Ryan Griffin is back into the top 20, trying desperately to get as many spots as he can. Back up front, though, somebody has woken a beast. It is Aiden Smith, that Popeye's Pontiac out of the Spa camp. Aiden Smith, they announced a couple weeks ago that he will be returning to that number 40 car. Big opportunity for Smith, though it has been a really rough year for that rookie. Been stuck around go or go home for much of the season. Now he's running up here in 3rd. Had a bad race last week. And looking up front, another driver, man, Henley gets into the wall trying to pass the 7. That's going to let the 40 get by. And Justin Henley, he's expected to return to that 31 next year. As Crossroads Racing, it's rumored about a manufacturer change. They're expecting to make an announcement next week about their plans for next season. They expect to include Justin Henley. Henley missed the Daytona 500 because, well, he was not in the top 35 in owners' points. but has had a pretty solid season thus far by Crossroads Racing standards. And you see there, he had a good run through 3 and 4. He's going to try to get the lead himself. Here he comes, going through turn 1 and 2. Justin Henley drove by the 7 and the 40, and Justin Henley, ooh, he doesn't get the lead. Zachary DeLello tries to power it back. He's going to get the lead down the back straightaway again. And how about Zachary DeLello, this rookie, running part-time in that 7, expected to go full-time next year, whether DeLello will be in that car or not. But DeLello has been doing an incredible job here. He led several laps. Henley will now get the lead. He's led 10 laps today. And I'm pretty sure this will bode well. I believe DeLello will be going back to the Truck Series that will be starting next season. We on the lookout for him. And Peter Onjak, we've seen flashes of brilliance from Peter Onjak this year. Several top 10s. Taylor has been overshadowed by his teammate, Taylor Frey, but Onjato has made it very clear that those two will be in contention next season. They believe that these cars, as they're going to be moving to a new model, the Challenger, and they believe that'll get them some speed. You see he's going around the 7, trying to get third. But of course, you'll notice that a car that did not attempt go home is the 11. That was Jeff Bolton. Bolton was suspended a week by the Right Lane Cup Series officials. You see Sanders getting in the wall behind them. But Bolton was suspended after causing 2 accidents 2 weeks in a row. It looked as if he paid back at one of the cars at Phoenix, and then he caused an accident last week with Henry Thomas and Ben McDonald. Thomas was not happy. Ben McDonald was livid. The RLCS officials took him to the trailer and penalized him. They fined him $15,000 and suspended him for a race. So the 11 withdrew, and the 11, man, Phoenix threw it in there, and he got into the wall. He's going to get up 5th. This is the first car with fresh tires, but it looks like it's not really doing much. Phoenix in almost 12 laps has only been able to get up to 5th. He restarted 7th. I think these guys have been able to pace themselves really well. Henley is doing an amazing job here at leading this race. Though, of course, Aiden Smith, a lot of these guys would love to get bonus points, make sure they stay top 35 in owners points for next season. That has become the new goal for a lot of these mid-pack drivers towards the back of the pack. The 40, the 31, the 5, a lot of other cars, they want to be in the top 35 in owners points so they don't have to fight go or go home starting next season to season 4. But look, there's a driver. Oh no! Griffin Label McDermott got into the wall through 3 and 4. That is a common feature at Homestead. A lot of these guys over driving here at Homestead. And you see they are just trying to get as much as they can out of their race cars. A couple other drivers to highlight in the top 10. Of course, Taylor Frey doing a very good job. Onjato trying to get another double top 10. They got one at Talladega. They finished 9th and 10th there. But Frey has come close so many times this year to getting good results, just has been messed up several times. Alexander Rowe, the rookie, fighting for Rookie of the Year. His biggest challenger is Luke Martin, and they are still separated by a few points. But we'll see how they are able to sort that out. Back here, a couple of rivals, Lane Sanders, Jeffrey Finguy, fighting for a spot inside the top, right out into the top 10. And another driver who has announced that he will be leaving the RLCS, it is Mac Johnson, the 51. That is the Raving Sunset Automotive Group. Man, the 30 got in the wall pretty hard. He's going to lose some spots. That is Rhodes Gray, who's running 12th. Luke Martin's back there. There's Ryan Griffin. Where is Vince Freeze? What is Vince Freeze doing back here? Freeze has fallen to 27th spot. That car is just losing spots. And this is not good for Vince Freeze, who needs as many points as he can Because remember, coming into this race, he was 24 points. Alexander Phoenix was 24 points behind Griffin Lapel McDermott. Vince Freeze came in 41 points back. And as they're running right now, Vince Freeze would be out of championship contention. It would just be between the 62 and the 22. And you see Phoenix is doing everything he can do to try to get this championship, but Griffin Lapel McDermott will not go away. We might have saw damage on the back end of that 22. But you see a driver that's moved forward. Phoenix has moved forward. Aiden Smith has taken the lead. Smith will now take a turn up front, getting a bonus point. He'll lead that lap. Peter Onjak, and Justin Henley, their second and third. Taylor Frey scoots into the top 5. A car that I've noticed is starting to slip back is Zachary DeLello in that 7. The rookie might have burned up his tires early in that run, as it looks like we might go into a long run here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Rowe got in the wall there a little bit. DeLello slips back into the 8th spot, fighting Jeffrey Finguy and Lane Sanders. Griffin Lapel McDermott. As of right now, it stands, he's going to be 20 points. It's going to be 20 points separating the 62. Make that 24 points, or make that 16 points now. Maybe make it 11 points. Yeah, make it 11 points now. Phoenix made a great turn, and now he's going to get up to second spot. This is not what Griffin Lapel McDermott wants to see. He keeps losing spots. This could lose Griffin Lapel McDermott a championship. Even though he's doing incredibly well running in the top 10, but he needs to catch up to that 62 as fast as he can. We're on lap number 28 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Aiden Smith, the rookie for Spa, is leading as he's got a snarling group of cars behind him. We'll be right back right after this.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every number, a nation. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
During a 500-mile race, the Texaco Haviland race team will change the tires, replace the fuel, and adjust the suspension. But there's one thing engineered to go the distance: the oil. Haviland, race-proven protection.
All of these championship-winning drivers have one thing in common: Goodyear Racing Eagles. The race-winning technology that's found in the Goodyear Racing Eagles can also be found in the world's best-selling line of high-performance street tires, Goodyear Eagle Street Radials. The champions know, and it's why we say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
We've had a change of scenery up front here at Homestead. Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series, Season 2, round number 19 here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Alexander Phoenix is leading this race. Taylor Frey is second. Then you got Griffin Lapel McDermott, Alexander Rowe, Jeffrey Finguy. That is your top 5, all running in a group. We have had those cars that stayed out on lap number 6. They have pitted. And it looks like we might get some more pit stops here. Griffin Lapel McDermott. Oh, my goodness, that was close. Almost collided with the 10 of Alexander Rowe. They almost had collision there on the pit lane. There's the 34 coming out, Craig Newhouse. But a lot of these cars starting to pit. Rowe is in. There's Mac Johnson. Shrigley stays out. Ryan Griffin is in. RJ Bishop, Ben McDonald, Gutierrez, Nicky Martinez is in. Major Robinson, Nick Breeding is in. There's Derek Hamill coming down. Expect to see the leaders pit. Here they come. The top 3 are pitting now. We'll see who stays out, who's going to try to get bonus points. It might be the 55 trying to stay out and get bonus points. Kyle Shoestry, 39th right now. No, Shoestry was a lap down, so this might mean the 36 car. That is Henry Thomas. He'll stay out and get a bonus point. Here are the cars that pitted earlier on lap. They pitted on lap number 29, so 6 laps to go, and they have been able to cycle out hugely. Aiden Smith, Peter Onjak, Justin Henley, they all pitted together. Lane Sanders, the 7 car, Zachary DeLello, man, almost collided with Henry Thomas as he tried to pit. Jesse Turner slips back to 40th. He's trying to run this as long as he can. You look out here. I think that was your leaders. Yes, this was your leaders. There's Taylor Frey. He gets out first. Finn Guy, Phoenix. There was Rowe. Derek Hamill's coming out a lap down. Alexander Rowe, the first of the leaders to come out of the pit lane, and he is miles behind the 63, the L1, and the 7, and they are about a second behind the 31, the 5, and the 40. How about, and this might have actually played into their hands, these guys staying out. I was questioning this under the commercial break, under that first caution we had, why they would stay out. But now I'm starting to see why. The gaps between these guys and the rest of the field, it might be manageable because we have to pit one more time. I'm somewhere probably around lap 60, and the rest of the field will have to pit around lap 65, lap 70, somewhere around there. This might win one of these guys the race. It just depends on who can get on and off pit road the fastest. Henley lost touch with the top 2. He got sucked behind the 55 of Kyle Shoestry. Shoestring's going to give away to the 7. Now he's got Lane Sanders behind him. Everybody trying to move around, get as many spots as they can. More importantly, I think they're all trying to pace themselves. Sanders got stuck behind the 55. That's going to let Joseph Shrigley move forward. And how about this for Joseph Shrigley? That 63 team, an independent outfit, running Chevrolets. Shrigley has DNQ'd several times this year, but he's had several good runs on top of that. They plan on returning next season, same team. Whether or not they'll be continuing with just TobyChristie.com or if they'll have a new sponsor, that is still up to determination. But Shrigley assured us that he will have racing news on top of that. Meanwhile, up front, I believe Peter Onjak has caught Aiden Smith again. He's going to try to make a move, and Peter Onjak, who's not led all day, but has been in the top 3 for much of this race. What a story it would be if Peter Onjak could finally win in the Right Lane Cup Series. He's been here since the first race. He's put in the time. He's well respected in the racing community. But Peter Onjak, this would be an amazing run for him if he could get this done. But of course, we still have a long way to go. We are now halfway here at Homestead. Aiden Smith continues to lead. He's led the most laps so far today. Henley has been caught by the 7 of DeLello, who shot out of the cannon. He seems to have a really good short run car. That might be able to help him later on in the race. Shrigley and Sanders continue to fight. There's Alexander Rowe, is the first one on new tires. He's almost 5 seconds behind the race leader. He might be able to get to Lane Sanders and Joseph Shrigley, who are a little bit up the ways, especially as there's no traffic between them. Behind them, it's Luke Martin, J.D. Martin, Jeffrey Finguy, Griffin Lapel McDermott. And where's Alexander Phoenix in all this? There's Phoenix back in the 16th position. 13th position, excuse me. All trying to make runs work. How about this? Looking back here, Daniel Voles. Voles in the number 44, that iRacing car. Having a great run here. So, has DNQ'd several races this year. The field expansion has really hurt this team. We spoke to Vols. I spoke to Vols recently and asked them what they plan on doing next year. They said, well, we're going to continue as is. We've got a new sponsor lined up. Hopefully we'll be able to announce soon. And we just want to try to get better. And I think that is a very noble thing to do for them. They've always been, this 44 team has been an independent outfit after Evan Marisi's team. This team used to be part of Evan Marisi's team, that 44 car. In the first season we've had, Marisi left the sport, and now Vols has been running on his own. Very, very good run here. Samuel England, likewise. Mac Johnson, Carson Green, another driver having a very good run. This car started halfway through the season. They are also expecting a return to form next season with Jasper engines and transmission returning. And they announced they're going to have a new engine program for Dodge. Whether or not all the teams will run those engines, we don't know. RJ Bishop, they announced that they will be expanding to 2 cars next year, and this number will change. This 78 car will be the number 4 next season. Man, I heard some scraping along the wall. It was Mac Johnson slid across the wall going down the front straightaway. But that 78 car, RJ Bishop, will be the number 4 of RJ Bishop next year. Kroger and Monster expected to come back. They'll have a 41 car. They'll be announcing a driver soon. Major Robinson will be going back to trucks, and that number 45 team is expected to shut down. Vince Freeze is just trying to get, I think, his championship bid. Unless he can pull a miracle, I think it might be over. He is almost 20 spots behind the number 62 and the 22. And that's not what he needs. He needs desperately to try to move forward. If he can get back into the teens, maybe the upper teens, he might be able to win. Not to lose enough points, but it will still be a Hail Mary if our defending champion wants to defend his title. Ryan Griffin, who had a great middle season, won 2 races this year, Sonoma and Chicagoland. He has not had a good last couple of weeks. Of course, getting involved in that crash earlier on that number 2. 26th place. He's still holding a pretty strong. That car is still doing pretty good in spite of the fact that he had damage. Henry Thomas, we noticed him. He pitted earlier. He stayed out, and it's just, this long run has not been helping him at all. He's back in 30th. Dunlap Pratt was in that wreck. Logan Cloud's back here. Here's Craig Newhouse. A lot of controversy this week. It's thought that David Busters is going to be leaving that number 34 team. They are probably going to be scaling back to a part-time schedule next season. We'll have to see what Craig House is able to do. Ryan Reed, your pole sitter, is back here. Reed, they claimed Reed lost a cylinder or something because they pitted under that first caution. Reed took off on the pit lane, and that engine has been sick ever since. Reed's been coming over the radio saying he just does not have the forward drive that he needs, and it just will not go down the straightaway. And it's showing because he's losing time to the cars in front of him, and I don't think it's because he's on an alternate pit strategy. DJ Curtis back here, another driver having a bad run. They've been off the pit cycle. And this is back to Aiden Smith. So right now, we have 37 cars on the lead lap. Derek Hamill's the first one. He'd get the lucky dog. Should we get a caution? Kyle Schustrai. And your 2 cars out of the race are Julio Caesar, Zachary Fitzwater. Such a shame for the Little Falls Automotive team. They had 3 cars start inside the top 10. Now only 1 is left. That is the 7 of Zachary DeLello. He's back here. And you'll notice somebody has caught this group. It is Alexander Rowe. Jesse Turner coming off the pit lane. Turner had an issue. Turner had apparently had a tire issue earlier around lap 20, so he pitted before everybody else. We'll see what Turner's able to do on fresher tires. You see he's able to do a lot. Right now, that'll put him 3 laps down. He'll get 1 of those laps back. he will get one of those laps back here before long. 4 laps down. It'll be 3 laps down here soon. You see it there. He passes the 40. But he's about 10 laps ahead of everybody else on the pit cycle. Because Aiden Smith, I would expect to see them in about lap 63, 64, and the rest of the field might come around lap 70, 10 to go to top off. But you've got a big group of cars here. Peter Onjak trying to hold on. Henley. This top 3 has got to be one of the wackiest top 3s I've ever seen in the Right Lane Cup Series. 3 different organizations that you don't usually see up front, all having career days here. A 4th one who's been having good runs, just has not had the results to back it up. A Rookie of the Year contender, a veteran who just has never been able to win a race, and then another rookie running part-time. What a top 7 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And it might play out that any of these guys can win this race. If these guys don't catch them, this is the second group, and your championship contenders are nose to tail. Griffin Lapel McDermott's back to 13th. Alexander Phoenix is up to 12th. The 2 of them will be fighting for this championship, but right now, it's now 21 points separating the top 2. We're on lap number 54 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Aiden Smith is leading a hungry group of cars, who most of whom has never won in the Right Lane Cup Series. Lap 55 is here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Aiden Smith leads. We'll be right back. Right after this, we'll take you to the finish.
Felicitations, malefactors! I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formulary for the preparation of affordable comestibles! Who will join me? I don't get it.
All right, Pinhead, your time is up.
Who you calling Pinhead?
You okay, Patrick?
Finland!
You spend the day going in circles. When you earn the right to do one more, that's fuel for the soul.
Sunday is race day. That's why the Domino's 555 deal is perfect. 3 medium pizzas for $5 each. I have a pizza here for Mr. Right Lane.
That's mine. You're right. Mine would be the king of Right Lane.
Really? Mine would be for the Emperor of Right Lane.
Mine would be the Czar of Right Lane.
The Grand Poobah of Right Lane.
General Velissimo of Right Lane.
El Presidente de Right Lane.
King Daddy.
A rookie has taken over the lead again here at Homestead, but it's a different one this time. Alexander Rowe is leading here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We see Aiden Smith out of the spa camp. He's the first one to pit. Henley is second. Justin Strigley's third. Zachary DeLello is fourth. Jeffrey Finguy has caught this group with Luke Martin. They are attacking everybody. Look at this, a mess. That's the 2 groups of Converge. Lane Sanders almost 3 wide there with Griffin Lapel McDermott. Alexander Phoenix is here. We expect to see more pit stops here as these guys are going to pit to get to the end. Onjak pitting here. He's got to pit from the top lane. Sanders pits. Onjak pits. Henley's here. I think Strigley's on the pit road as well. No, he isn't. Strigley stays out. He'll get the second spot. Here comes the 7 of Zachary DeLello. These guys are all pitting now from the lead. There's Samuel England. England short pitted. He's pitted. The 2 spa cars are now on the same strategy. My goodness, that was close. Where is the 40? There is the 40. Smith comes out. He's going to cycle back in. He's 36th now, but he would be about. We'll see how he's able to take care of this traffic, because most of these guys, they don't have to pit for another 5 or 6 laps. There's the 44, the 00. Here's Strigley and DeLello there on the pit lane. Gutierrez came down. I think that was Lane Sanders coming out of the pit lane. Yes, it was. Sanders gets out. There's his teammate. The 31 comes out. and the 5, they'll be cycling, and they've got to try to run down that 00 because I think, or that 40, because I think that 40 car is going to win this race. If everything goes according to plan and we don't get a caution, that could mess everything up for Aiden Smith. There's the 10 car, Alexander Rowe. We'll see how Rowe cycles out because I think that's the car that Aiden Smith will have to fight for the win. Smith is about up to 13th on traffic. You see, he has gained a lot of time. These new tires, that was the first full run that 40 car had on tires, and it's showing a difference. Man, look at this. He blew past 2 cars. 2 of them were trying to pit. The 30's in the wall again. 3rd time in a race he's been in. Here's some more cars down the pit lane. Breeding's down. J.D. Martin, Luke Martin, Logan Cloud is here. Kyle Shoestride pitting. Robinson comes out with Bishop. There is Alexander Rowe. Where does he cycle out? He is going to cycle out behind the 31 and the 5. He's going to cycle out to about 4th position right now. Man, they almost, oh my goodness, the 31 and the 5 almost hits Carson Green, who was trying to pit. The 30's in pit lane. Thomas, slow out of the corner. Henry Thomas has wiped the right side off of that number 36 M&M's Pontiac. Man, look at the damage on that 36. That's not going to be good for Thomas. He is slow. Officials are telling him to get off the racetrack. Thomas, 2 weeks in a row, he has just not had a good day. And he's probably, I would expect to see him pit here shortly. Is he going to do it? I don't think he's going to. I think he's staying out again. Sanders catches him. He's going to blow right past him. Vince Freeze, there's Freeze, the champion, another championship 3rd in points. Here is a big question mark. Alexander Phoenix, Griffin Lake, Bill McDermott. They get off together. 2nd and 3rd on the track. They're going to cycle back out probably into the teens. Taylor Frey pulls out. Mac Johnson back here. There's Carson Green. Henry Thomas pits. Finally, Thomas stayed out, got another bonus point for leading a lap. Not much of a consolation considering how bad this has been. That's kind of been the story for Henry Thomas all year. Great runs inside the top 5, wins, and then weeks like this where he just crashes, has issues, all manner of problems. Charles Sanford pulls back out. He's going to get in front of the championship contenders. Right now, though, as it runs, Turner, he's in 40th. He got 2 laps back, or Turner got 1 lap back. Well, no, he only got 1 lap back. He's 2 laps down. As of right now, there's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. There's Ellison. There's Martinez. There is Aiden Smith. He'll be cycling out to your lead here before long. Smith doing everything he can do. Look at Smith go. He is just doing everything he can do to try, and this would be a huge story for Spa. They have 1 win on the season. It was Dunlap back at Nashville. And with coming back around, we'll be coming to 11 laps to go. Or no, we'll be coming back to 10 laps to go. He's got 3.2 seconds on Justin Henley and Peter Onjak. See, with 10 laps to go, they gained a whole lot of time. 4/10, Will Onjak and Henley catch the number 40. But I'm worried more about Alexander Rowe because Rowe has the best tires in this entire group. And he has the best chances of getting up here. He's going to get past Onjak here. Onjak's going to fight him, though, on the outside. This is not what Rowe needs. If anything, Rowe needs these guys to let him go because he's got fresher tires. But why would they? Because they have a really good shot at getting a good finish here. And you see Smith. I think Smith is trying to save his stuff. He lost 2 more tenths because Henley has clean racetrack and Smith has been fighting Martinez and Ellison the last couple of laps. with 9 laps, though. We'll be coming back to 8 to go this time by. Can Aiden Smith hold on to this and get his first Right Lane Cup Series win? We'll have to see. 8 laps to go here at the stripe. Looking back through this top 10, we've had a wacky, this top 10 has been turned upside down. Robinson is up here in 7th. Christian Vargas out of nowhere has come in at 8th. Zachary DeLello is 9th. There's Luke Martin 10th. Finn Guy is 11th. Nick Breeding is 12th. There's J.D. Martin. There's Samuel England. Taylor Frey. R.J. Bishop is 16th. There's Griffin Lapel McDermott. Where's Alexander Phoenix? Phoenix has fallen several spots. He's 22nd. He's behind Jesse Turner. Ryan Griffin is back here, though. Phoenix is just trying to get around that 94. This is not what Phoenix wanted. As of right now, with Griffin Lapel McDermott at 19th, he loses more points to the 22. And all the championship contenders are all right in a row now. Phoenix is 23rd, Griffin's 24th, Freeze is 25th. If anything were to happen to Griffin Lapel McDermott right now, who is currently in 19th, the championship would be blown wide open. But right now, as it runs, Griffin Lapel McDermott will retain the points lead going into the finale. But he hasn't clinched it yet. He would have needed Phoenix to crash out. He would have needed Phoenix to finish in the 39th position. And Griffin Lapel McDermott would have had to win the race to clinch. But right now, it's looking like he'll have to continue the fight next week. And he's got more cars to pass, too. That's the scary part for these other championship drivers. He's got to pass. He's got Sanford. He's got Eveland. He's got England. He's got Bishop. All of these guys in front of him, that is to the top 15. He can pass to get more points. But the top 10 right now really hasn't changed, except for the fact Jeffrey Finlay has scooted in. But right now, this dog fight has slowed the pace for these 3 guys. Henley, Rowe, and Onjack. They were on pace to catch the 40. But this dog fight has slowed up their time. They've caught 2/10 again. But Rowe has just not been able to get past Henley and Onjack. Because Aiden Smith is on his own now. The 2 cars that passed him, they were on fresher tires. He let them go. He's running his own race now. Coming back around, will be coming to 4 laps to go. Aiden Smith, I can't imagine what that young man is going through right now in the cockpit. He's had a great race. They played a masterful pit strategy. But now, and he has his first Right Lane Cup Series win within his grasp. But of course, he's got to worry. Rowe gained 0.3 of a second that time by. It won't be enough. But Rowe and Henley and Onjack, they're all on a charge, trying to catch that number 40. Coming back around, we're coming to 3 laps to go here at Homestead, Miami. Smith is just trying to run his race. This will shake up, no matter how this shakes out, this will shake up Rookie of the Year. Rowe is 8 spots ahead of Luke Martin. This will get him the points lead, the Rookie of the Year points lead back. And you see how close this has been for Alexander Rowe. He gained a bunch of time there, but I think it's too little too late. It was 0.3. Coming back around. Oh, maybe not. Smith got into the wall. That is going to slow Smith up a lot. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was trying to get around Gutierrez and got in the wall. 2 laps to go. Somehow, though, Rowe lost time. He lost a 10th. Maybe whatever Smith did might have worked, but he better not do it again. He's in the same picture now as the 40. Coming back around, he's going to get the white flag. This time by Gutierrez is ahead of him. I don't think Smith is going to try. I don't even think he's going to really pressure him. White flag, 1 lap to go here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Aiden Smith has had a horrible rookie season, to say the least. Has been in go or go home, has had mechanical issues, accidents, all kinds plague his season. His teammates have been doing so much better than him, but he's had a confidence boost. He was re-signed to this car. He's showing what he can do. And coming through 3 and 4, we're going to see some of his potential on full display. Aiden Smith, Popeye, Spa, and Pontiac. They're going to get a win. Aiden Smith, the rookie, wins here at Homestead Miami Speedway. How about that? Alexander Rowe, second, came up so close, a second and a half. The difference. Justin Henley, a career day in third. On Jack will get his second top 5 of the year. Joseph Shrigley in 5th. Major Robinson 6th. Luke Martin, Lane Sanders, Jeffrey Finguy, Christian Vargas. That is your top 10. What a wild, wild race here at Homestead. Came down to strategy, and this man right here, this man and his team, they played it right. Congratulations to Aiden Smith and the Spa team, but I think there's another thing we have to check on. There's Griffin Lapo McDermott. He ended up in 16th. And Alexander Phoenix ended up in 23rd. This will not clinch Griffin Lapo McDermott the championship, but it will make it a lot harder for Phoenix, Freeze, and Griffin to fight for the championship. Ryan Griffin has officially been eliminated from fighting for the Right Lane Cup Series championship. Thank you all so much for watching this amazing race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Congratulations again to Aiden Smith and the entire Spa team on their first ever Right Lane Cup Series win. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll get you your finishing results here in a second. Taking a look at your finishing results here, Aiden Smith surprises all, getting his first Right Lane Cup Series win as a rookie, his first for Spa, and his first for sponsor Popeyes. Alexander Rowe gets a second place finish. Justin Henley gets his first top 5 of the year. Peter Onchak gets his second. Joseph Freely with a strong 5th. Major Robinson his 3rd top 10 on the year with Lane Sanders, his cousin. Luke Martin gets an 8th. Jeffrey Finguy 9th. Christian Vargas will get a top 10. Griffin Lapo McDermott, the points leader, ended up in the 16th position. His closest championship rival was Alexander Phoenix in 23rd spot. Ryan Griffin in 24th. Vince Freeze in 25th. They will be the ones fighting for the championship. Looking back through the field, Ben McDonald started strong, ended up in 26th after that crash on lap number 2. Took several cars out of the race. Angel Gutierrez was the other car involved, finishing in the 36th spot. Looking at other cars that are back through here. Julio Caesar and Zachary Fitzwater ended up finishing 41st and 42nd after that accident. Turner had a tire go down, which ended up causing him a lot of positions. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope to see you next week for the championship finale at Homestead Miami Speedway. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you then.